Hello, hi, this is Nirupama Mukherjee, and today I'll be dealing with a subject which is considered to be a taboo in the Indian society. However, with time passing and advanced thoughts, people are coming over those taboos because we need to talk certain things that is for the betterment of the society and for the family and for our people around and for our children all taken together. Now I'll be talking something regarding what happens when you stop having sex. When a person stops having sex, there can be various effects on their physical, emotional, and social well being. Here are some potential outcomes. If you stop having sex, eventually there can be changes in sexual desire, hormonal changes, emotional well being, relationship dynamics, physical health effects. It's important to note that individual experience and reactions to the absence of sex can vary significantly. Some people may feel content and satisfied without regular sexual activity. On the other hand, while others may experience frustration or a sense of longing. What happens when you stop having sex? In this presentation, I'll be dealing with certain things, certain terminologies, which I thought would be better if I clarify on the very beginning so that the process of learning or the process of knowing will be better and faster. Now, one of the things that comes into mind is zero sex life. That is celibacy. It is called celibacy. That is voluntarily being unmarried, sexually abstinent, or both. The next thing comes is estrogen, which is a sex hormone. Endorphins are chemicals helps relieve pain, stress, and improve sense of well-being. Immunoglobulin A is an antibody that plays a role in the immune function. Now, immunoglobulin A plays a vital role. Oxytocin, which is also called the love hormone, a hormone that plays roles in behavior that includes social bonding, reproduction, childbirth, etc. And prolactin, a hormone responsible for lactation, breast development, etc. Now, these will be terms that will be coming across while going through the presentation. What happens when you stop having sex? You might feel more anxious. Maybe sex is the last thing on your mind when you are stressed out. But factually, it might help lower your anxiety. Sex seems to lessen the amount of hormones your body releases in response to stress. And an active sex life can make you happier and healthier, which might also help keep anxiety at bay. Your heart may not work as well when you stop having sex. Research says people who have sex once a month or less get heart disease more often than those who have it twice a week or so. Part of the reason could be that you get a bit more exercise and are less likely to be anxious or depressed. But it could also be that if you have more sex, you are physically and mentally healthier in the very first place. You might get less exercise eventually when you stop having sex. Sex typically burns about 5 calories a minute. That's about equal to a brisk walk. And you use a bit more oxygen too. About the same as digging in the garden or walking down the stairs. That may not seem like much, but it starts to add up over the long term. And because sex can improve your mental health, you might be more likely to do other types of exercise as well. What happens when you stop having sex? You may lose your keys more often. Now that may sound a bit funny. What is the connection between having no sex and losing keys? Now the significance of this is that not so much lose them as forget when you put them. That's because regular sex seems to be linked to improved memory. Now, I have underlined the word regular sex seems be linked to improved memory, especially if you are aged between 50 and 89. It's not clear why though. Your immune system may get weaker once you have stopped having sex. Now, immune system weakly seems to boost your immune system compared to those who have it less often. So weekly sex improves your immune system compared to those who have it less often. Part of the reason may be that it raises levels of germ-fighting substance called immunoglobulin A or IgA, which I have actually narrated in the presentation beginning. But more is not always better here. People who had sex more than twice a week and lower level of immunoglobulin A than those who had no sex. What happens when you stop having sex? Your relationship changes. That's significant in a family orientation. Sex bathes your brain in a chemical afterglow that lasts about 2 days and helps to bond you to your partner over the long term. Without it, you could lose some of the satisfaction of your relationship. A healthy, happy sexual relationship, couples what do it at least once a week seem to be happiest, can help build trust and understanding between you and your partner. Your prostate may be less healthy when it comes to the male partner when you stop having sex. The reasons are not clear exactly, but in at least one study, men who ejaculated less than 7 times a month were more likely to get prostate cancer compared to those who did it at least 21 times a month. But unprotected, anonymous sex and multiple partners can also raise your chances for the disease. So that's a word of caution. When you do have sex, take care. What happens when you stop having sex? You might sleep less. That can impact your sleep. Without sex, you'll miss out on the hormones that promote restful sleep, like prolactin and oxytocin. Women get an estrogen boost that helps even more. The reverse is true too. If you decide you want to start having sex again, a good night's sleep is just the thing to keep you feeling frisky. Aches and pains hang around when you stop having sex. Sex can be a good way to take your mind off of any aches and pains you may have, but it does more than that. Orgasms causes your body to release endorphins and other hormones that can help ease head, back and leg aches. They may help arthritis pain and menstrual cramps too. You could have sexual problems later once you have stopped having sex. It may seem odd, but use it or lose it may apply here. For women at menopause, vaginal tissues can get thin, shrink, and dry out without regular intercourse. That can make sex painful and weaken your libido, that is, your desire for sex. And some research says men who have sex less than once a week are twice as likely to have erectile dysfunction ED as those who have it weekly. Your blood pressure might rise when you stop having sex. Sex seems to help keep your blood pressure down. That makes sense when you consider what it does. It adds a bit aerobic and muscle building exercises, and it can ease anxiety and make you feel better. Both of those can help keep your numbers, that is systolic and diastolic blood pressure number, where they need to be. A few frequently asked questions. How long is it okay to go without sex? Spoiler, there is no definitive number. Few married couples keep up the rabbit-like sex frequency they had when they first got together. It's normal for sex to become more infrequent or turn into occasional dry spell as the initial excitement of a new relationship fades gradually. What happens when you stay too long without sex? Going without sex for months is not frustrating. It's not just frustrating, it can be bad for your health too, according to psychologists. Going without wanted physical touch can have adverse health impacts like increasing anxiety and trouble sleeping, experts say. Is no sex good for health? Having sex regularly is related to health benefits like reducing stress and improving heart health. However, Having specific amount of sex doesn't necessarily lead to a happier or healthier life. Folks who don't have sex also don't necessarily experience health problems related to celibacy or abstinence. Now, I sign off with my regular laughter dose. Today's laughter dose is thanks for watching. Do subscribe to the channel, like and share, and you can suggest any topic that you would like me to throw light on.